My name is Wilfred Nyagudi, the Secretary and CEO to the Board of Siaya Public Service. On various dates, we received some allegations about individuals who are purporting to have been recruited by this board of people who are working in facilities and had not been paid for that long period of time. So we took the initiative to find out by way of authentication and verification of the documents which these people were in possession of. So in that regard, we requested these officers or these individuals to present several documents in their possession for purposes of checking within our systems on how these particular documents could have gotten into their hands. So and then we also wanted to verify the authenticity of the board secretary's signature, because some people are good at doing other people's signatures. So as a result of this, we noticed several issues. One of them was inconsistencies on the sequencing of reference letters, such that any letter we issue has got a reference number. So if a reference number is outside our referencing, or that one is a letter that is not considered authentic. Deployments must be signed by the Chief Officer of Health. If they're not signed by the Chief Officer of Health, as an authentic letter. So we noticed that during this process, we also had cases whereby there's somebody with a deployment letter that is dated earlier than the appointment letter. So deployment letter actually comes almost at the tail end of the exercise. So you cannot purport that you are deployed in December, but again appointed in January. Deployed in December 2024, but appointed in January 2025. That is not a possibility. So when we were doing the validation, out of the 502 who came, we noticed that 382 did not have letters that originated from this board. 382. That leaves with 120. Of this 120, these 120 were recruited during the regular recruitment process. So as they were reporting, some people took advantage of that process and started generating letters that were not very authentic. So when these 120 were reporting, these people were also reporting with them. So we ended up having a mixture of people. That's why in the 502, we have some people without authentic letters. So there was that mixture of that confusion. So be it as it may, we decided therefore to set the record clear. That now started complaining. So what did we do when we heard about this in the first time? In the face value, we realized that some individuals did not have authentic letters. So the first thing we did was to report to the DCI to investigate, because they are the people with those powers, to investigate these matters. And we even took samples of those letters for verification by those forensics And your guess is as good as mine. Yeah, they were found not to be authentic. So I've just taken a sample of 5 or 10. We realized that there could be a bigger problem out there. Then we say, you come, we want to see all these things. That's how we were able to get to the 382 that were not authentic. And as a stopgap measure, we've asked the Department of Health that these individuals with questionable letters should not be allowed to work in the facilities. Because should anything happen as they work and they don't have authentic recruitment, employment documents, it is both the risk to the government and even to those individuals who are purporting to be working. And again, we've shared the same with the investigative agencies so that they can also undertake further investigations. And then we have also said that going into the future, and this is what has been happening, is just we're just reinforcing it. All deployments must adhere to the list of successful candidates as issued by the County Public Service Board. The Siaya County Public Service Board does not charge money for jobs. Yeah? In the recruitment process, free, fair, and transparent, right? Now, if in the process of recruitment, you feel or you know you give money to anybody, right? And the fact that you are complaining that you gave money means you gave money and still didn't get a job, means that Siaya County Public Service Board does not sell the jobs. So go to the police, DCI, so that investigations can be done, and if that can help recover your money. But I want to tell you, it is a criminal offense touching on both the giver and the recipient on issues to do with jobs in the public service, especially Siaya County Public Service Board. I have not received any letter here of anybody who has made a formal complaint against the board or myself in regards to fraud in the recruitment process.
My name is Emily Nabwala Nyango. I have been, or I want to believe, I have been an employee of the county government of Siaya from January to this moment. I'm in the health department. I am a clinical officer by profession. So my colleagues hapa nyuma, we are in different sections in the health department, and today it has been a bad day for us. Tulikuwa employed in January. Employment, sorry. Employment letters tulipewa in December. Tukakuwa deployed in our various facilities in January 2025. We have been diligent. We have been loyal to our duties. We have been working all the way. We have the probation period here, 6 months, of which within the 6 months, various activities have to be confirmed for us to be confirmed into the system. And in those activities, kuna confirmation of documents, if you have the right documents, if you are legally recognized, say by your council or by your various bodies. Hizi zote zimetendeka. So tumekuwa tukifollow up with our employers about the processes. Wamekuwa wakituambia just be patient, we are working on it. Tunasukumwa, deadline nasukumwa mbele, next week mtapata feedback. hiyo wiki inafika, we have nothing to show. And all this while, we have not received any salary. We have not legally employed or not. So tumepeleka documents. It has taken another 1 month of us going to work and coming back home with no money. And each time, Joe wezi miss job. Because utaulizwa, why are you not at work? They don't want to know how you're going to work. Hawajui tunaishi na madeni. Some of us have families. We have kids in schools. So tuko na madeni from school fees to our transportation buddies. Like, how do we survive? Alafu sasa leo, we had booked a meeting with the governor. Tukaambiwa tukuje today. Unfortunately, he left before we arrived. Na tukaambiwa, now there is a list out of 502 people that were employed in the Department of Health. Only 120 have qualified to be employers. So the rest of us, 300 and just like that. How are we getting compensated for the 8 months? This is the 9th month that we were working diligently in our facilities. And which criteria have they used in absorbing the 120 that we cannot qualify? Like, what is special about the 120? We have also been working. So tunataka tu kujua. Some of us tumekuwa transferred from one facility to another. Tulikuwa tunakuwa transferred. On which basis? Like, were we volunteers? Tumekuwa transferred from even 3 times. Others were given responsibilities. Others were given in-chargeship responsibilities. Others were given posting orders. Tumekuwa kwa posting orders. Fulani, you have been posted to this facility. So tunashangaa tu hizo posting orders zilikuwa zinatoka wapi? Do we have a different county in this county that we do not know about? Hiyo ndo kitu tunataka tujue, because now 9 months of working, no money. Unaambiwa go home. What next? I need my job and I need the pay as well.
I'm Omondi Felix. I work at Ligega Health Center. I've been working there for now this the 9th month, and I can say that it has been hard. We work, we don't get paid, we have nothing to live for. We were just there. Nobody wants to know how you live. Nobody wants to know why you can't miss the job. So the same scrutiny, just the same as the other guys. We've been working hard to lend money just to survive in such harsh situations. Because how do you survive without being paid? You pay rent, you pay school fees, and at the same time, you have to dress well and smile for the patients. We've been doing the same, just like other employed candidates. So we've been wondering what is happening, what will be happening to us now. Should we go home and tell our families that we have no job now? Because we've been there, they know we've been working, and actually they've been looking forward for these salaries so that we can pay our debts. Some other families have been followed by our friends who lended us money. We've been working here, eating money that we've been lended by friends. So we've been lent money to work, and we need that salary or that compensation to pay back that debt. So we are urging our county to look to work on this so that they can find a way to sort us. We need that help. We need that job. We seriously need it, because this is what we deserve. We actually deserve it because we qualified for it. Everything was right with us until now that we are now told we are not one of them. So we are wondering where were we? Were we not there, or where were we? Some hospitals are running just on our services. We work and the county gets what they deserve. That's why we also get what we deserve. We actually need what we deserve.
One two iko sawa.
Is Wilfred Nyagudi, the Secretary and CEO to the Board of Siaya Public Service. On various dates, we received some allegations about individuals who are purporting to have been recruited by this board and that they were already working in our country.
This is a media brief by the county government of Siaya responding to allegations on JUST and ATC grounds located here in Siaya. The county government of Siaya has taken note of allegations made to the public suggesting that Jaramogi Oginga Odinga University of Science and Technology, JUST, is being ejected from the Agricultural Training Center. On the MOU with JUST, the county government of Siaya signed a memorandum of understanding with JUST on 6th February 2019. This MOU expired and is currently under review with the intention of renewal, subject to the terms mutually agreed upon by both parties. It is important to emphasize that there has never been any consideration of ejecting JUST or its students from the ATC land in Siaya. To guide the review and renewal process of the MOU, a joint committee was constituted comprising members from the JUST and the county government of Siaya. This committee is tasked with consulting widely and ensuring that the renewed MOU reflects the shared vision for the future of higher education in Siaya. County Government of Siaya members. The committee comprises Mr. Joseph Ogutu, County Secretary and Convener. Number 2, Maurice Makorege, CCM Lands, Fiscal Planning, Housing and Urban Development. Mr. Gunda Ochanda, CCM Governance, Administration and ICT. Professor Edgar Otumba, CCM Education, Youth Affairs, Gender and Social Services. Mr. Sylvester Kokoth, CCM Agriculture, Food Security, Livestock and Blue Economy. Mr. Leonard Okanda, Acting County Attorney. Elizabeth Adongo, Chief Officer, Agriculture, Food Security, Livestock and Blue Economy. Joseph Omondi, Chief Officer, Lands, Fiscal Planning, Housing and Urban Development. And last but not least, Zilpa Menya, Director, Executive Affairs Secretariat. JUST members include Professor Dennis Ochuodo, Deputy Vice Chancellor, ASAR, Dr. Walter Akuno, Registrar, ASAR, Joint Committee Secretary, Dr. Immaculate Ayodo, Registrar, Professor Francis Angawa, Director, Kisumu Campus, Dr. Mary Orinda, Acting Dean, SAFS, Kimwele Muneni, Senior Legal Officer, and last but not least, Gladys Murkomen, Secretariat. On the use of ATC land, the ATC land is not exclusively occupied by JUST. It also hosts the Agricultural Training Center, ATC, which remains a vital institution under the mandate of the county governments. Even so, the county government has no intention of evicting JUST or any other legitimate institution of higher learning from this land. On JUST land requirements, JUST requires expansive land to meet the standards of the Commission for University Education. These standards cannot be achieved by relying solely on the limited county land on congested urban locations. To this end, discussions are ongoing to relocate the Siaya prison from its current location to create adequate space for the university's proper establishment within Siaya municipality. On the Obama University vision, the original MOU was linked to the vision of mentoring and establishing Obama University. The county government of Siaya remains committed to this vision. However, its realization requires broader consultations and active support from the national government dream to be realized. On the role of the national government, it must be understood that the funding and development of public universities is an exclusive function of the national government. Since the signing of the MOU in 2019, not a single cent has been realized from the national exchequer for the development of the land in Just. Currently, development of the land. Just currently occupies in Siaya. Consequently, the university has been forced to operate in temporary and unconducive structures, with several projects at its Bondo campus stalling. On the leadership and responsibility, the broader challenges facing Just are part of the nationwide crisis affecting all universities. Attempting to score cheap political points out of these challenges does not serve the interest of students or the future of higher education in our country. Conclusion. The county government of Siaya reiterates its unwavering commitment to supporting Just, safeguarding its presence in Siaya and collaborating with the national government and other stakeholders to strengthen higher education in the region. The vision of establishing Obama University remains alive, and through joint efforts, adequate planning and proper investments in it will be realized.
On the second question of an allegation that the county government wrote to Just about eviction, that is false, and we have not had any correspondence to that effect.